DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, I'm gonna be vlogging with gin and tonic, done as it should be supposedly, with ice and tonic water as one would expect. And I'm trying this because actually it's more dilute that way, but it's nice and cool because it's just like a refreshing drink for this time of the year. Anyway, that was not going to be the topic of the vlog. I'll be sipping this long enough though. The topic of the vlog actually was going to be on pride and tribe. Yeah, it's nice how they rhyme together. Not too long ago, I was reading about some tweets of hateful tweets, I would say, hate speech, of New York Times editorialist or opinion writer, put it that way. And they were very, very hateful, as far as I was concerned, towards white men. Now, I know there's a whole thing right now, I mean, that being a white man, we should go out in sackcloth and, basically probably self-immolate ourselves because we are the scourge of the earth. And it is something that really, after a while, kind of gets to you. Now, don't get me wrong, there's been a lot of injustice, but usually injustice, if you look at terrorism and a lot of things that go on, they are done by minority members, usually of a population. Now, you would say that, for example, in Northern Ireland, these were white people, and they were just a minority. We have very good friends in Belfast, and as they would say, this is a minority that is actually doing this, and you don't need a lot of people to create havoc. I mean, only one person has to press the button for a bomb, which will go off and destroy a lot of people. So, the whole thing about pride, like you see that now, I mean, now for years, I'll give one example, gay pride. Well, I mean, I've walked with my son and his partner in a gay pride thing, and it was fun, and I think that it's nice, as a group to go out and say, hey, we're here. What I don't like in the whole pride, and I don't mean gay pride here, in the whole pride mentality, be it black, be it Asian, Muslim, even white, the whole pride, as it said, mentality is this up yours or in your face. It's not so much up yours as in your face, and that kind of gets to a lot of people because finally we, and I should say I, as an old white guy, don't really take kindly to that up yours. The number of people that I've had in my home of visible minorities, I'm even learning how to use the politically correct words, aren't I? Of visible minorities has been a lot. And I never treated them bad. Was I condescending? Well, probably I was, because I had them in my home, flaunting my riches and my whiteness. Now, do you see what I'm getting at? I mean, it's not, there's problems with that. I mean, of course one can respond and say we're not all like that, and that is true. On the other hand, the climate these days is very much, you are all like that. And if you don't go out and destroy and remove all the people that are there, you're taking their part, so you're just as bad as them. And I think, like, no. So is that part of being proud? Then there's the whole tribe thing, which, I mean, with cultural misappropriation. I mean, I wouldn't like to be a kid today on Halloween. You wouldn't know how to dress. I remember a good friend of ours who, their daughter, when she was 18, she had dreadlocks done. She was so happy. And you know, a few years back, nobody would have said anything, but today they'd have probably said, "You're not supposed to do that. That's not part of your race." I've heard things like that. You know, people say things like that. Tribes. You know, the whole thing about the cultural pot, I was going to say, one pot. Basically, there's something there. I mean, it's not like I think about us. Like, we live in Switzerland. We still have a Canadian passport. But we're Swiss. I mean, we still very much Canadian in certain things, but we're definitely become part of the Swiss society, as many people in America or Canada at least used to, because now, I mean, you're separated into tribes more and more. My son, who is, as they call them here, is a secundo, so, you know, second generation, married another secundo. So basically, our grandson, you know, he's the product of secundos. So, you know, Canadian, Spanish, who have decided to live in Spain. But actually, if you go in our genealogy, you know, we're all, well, she's very much Spanish, but we're all actually mostly Brits and Irish. So, you know, where's the tribe thing? I find it's really, really an unpleasant period, actually, in society right now. And it has nothing, no, not nothing, that's not true. It doesn't have to do with one particular politician. It has to do really with a society effect right now, is that people have decided to really take sides. The word unity has been lost. Unity doesn't mean to all be the same. I don't get that. Why do people all want to be the same? That's not true. We are not all the same. I think about that. I mean, like, for example, in a church context, I am not at all for having one denomination, as some people seem to want. We all have our flavors, our way of looking at things. It's nice to be able to worship or to get into groups that think the same thing as us. That's nice, but it's part of a whole society of acceptance. And you know, and that's one thing that probably in today's world, it's so sad to see that, is that the political side of the world, of course, has become very divided, but very much so is that the people that are so-called tolerant, very often, will only tolerate you if you believe the same thing as they do. And you know something? That's on both sides of the political divide. So don't come and talk to me about, you know, being open and being tolerant and social justice and all that. It's only true if you speak with people as long as you align yourself with them. So pride in what? I mean, pride seems to have lost the meaning that we wanted to. I mean, I'll keep on being proud of my children, but I am proud of my family, proud of my heritage. Yeah, proud of my heritage. But I'm not going to up yours or in your face. Tribes. The closest I think about a tribe right now is going to be my close family. I am not part of a social tribe as such. Far from it. I guess probably we're part of a YouTube tribe. But it's dying out. It's dying out. I don't know. Is this kind of a rant? I guess it is. I guess it's just because maybe some people say it's because you're of another generation. You might be right. You might be right. And were things better in the old days? Not always. But definitely looking over the period that I'm living in, there were a lot of conflicts, confrontations. I mean, even take, for example, in the period of Vietnam War and so on. But it's more abrasive somehow this time. I mean, like I've often spoken, and I will speak about it more in vlogs coming, about living in a town which had different linguistic barriers, which were just as strong at the period as black and white, for example, in the States, at least on some things. And being married within those barriers were just seen as mixed marriages. They really were. So, we were brought up in periods where there were social injustice. Yeah, we were. But somehow it wasn't as strident and offensive, it seems to me. And I know that a lot of you will probably get back to me and say that's not true. But I think that's true. It's my opinion. I have a right to it, actually. But, yeah. Pride and tribe. These are words that actually, as far as I'm concerned, they've become four-letter words all of a sudden. Very often. Okay, that's a very sobering vlog, even though I'm having a G&T. It's a very sobering vlog, but I'll be DC signing off. Take care for this Sunday, and, enjoy the good weather. As you can see, we've got good weather. I will. Mrs. DC's off working, so sometime in the middle of the afternoon I'll be preparing a bit of roast chicken on the barbecue and something so that when she comes she can just put up her feet and relax. Okay, DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Have a good Sunday. Bye-bye.